All right, last year at this time, Barack Obama was saying that you're rich if you make $1 million. He then dropped it to $500,000 and ultimately to $250,000 in that big infomercial. He said $200,000 in that one. Joe Biden supposedly slipped when he said $150,000. Gary, what's going on here?
I don't believe we have a Freudian slip here. Now, look, they like your money. They like consumers' money. They do believe in big government, whether it's education, health care, and everything else under the sun. I expect tax hikes on everybody. You know, they talk about tax cuts for 95%. They're not really tax cuts. No marginal rates are coming down. It's handing out money if somebody performs an act. Expect the greatest tax hike in history in the most inopportune time. Worries me very much.
We always have to remind folks, Charles, that this plan is to move forward the president's expiration of the top rates, not a couple of years out, but like now, immediately. Right. Is this the time to do it?
Well, it's not the time to do it, but also, once we let this tax genie out of the bottle, we know it's going to spread like wildfire, and there's just no doubt about it. And I think what's interesting is that they're doing a bait and switch here. What they're telling the American public, if you think it's okay to tax someone making $250,000, if things get tight enough, you've already said that's a good thing to do. So maybe if you're making $150,000 and you've already signed on the bottom line that, you know, this is good for the country, then you'll be willing to do it at $150,000. 125, 100, no. But it's the old bait and switch. Once we've accepted it and we say, yeah, that's a great strategy, let's tax the bums.
They're not going to do that, not in this economic environment. And you know what they're going to do. You know, if the Democrats particularly get 60 seats in the Senate, you know what's going to happen. They are going to raise taxes on those making more than $250,000, even more than they say. I watch those rates in the next several years go even above where they were before the Bush tax cut.
But I think they're going to
have in terms of everybody else, tax hikes aren't in the cards.
Adam Lashinsky?
First of all, what's $100,000 among friends, right?
Yeah.
No, look, seriously, it's not a matter of a Freudian slip or sloppy language. Senator Obama has repeatedly put the figure at $250,000. I don't think there's any reason to not.
Did you watch his infomercial? Did you watch? That thing was slick. It was well done. But now that had a script. That wasn't something you're speaking off the cuff. That had a script, and he said 200,000. I did a double take. I almost dropped my popcorn in my butt. I didn't know what was going on.
Dagan's right, Neil. The taxes will will go up. The question is, you know, there's been so much focus on this comment that Obama made about spreading the wealth around. That's what the tax policy has been about for approximately the last century. We take taxes from people, we spend money where we think that it's needed. That includes social programs for the unfortunate. It's what a rich industrialized country does.
We're talking about taking money from people who've earned it and directly giving it to people who didn't earn it. That's not what the tax policy is all about, and that's what it's supposed to be about.
And let me go one further. It's not just about numbers. It's also about attitude. I am hearing words out of the supposed administration going forward of that it's been a free ride for the wealthy under George Bush. Last I looked, people earn their money. It is our money, and we give it to the government. The attitude is just plain bad. It is penalizing success. You're supposed to reward success. Successful people are the hirers of the people around this country.
No,
and
actually,
you're just going
Gary,
after them.
Well, look, it's really interesting because we're going to have a national debate on this. And the language that you and Charles are using is really interesting. It's taking money that people have earned away from them. No, it's about being a part of a community and contributing part of what you make to make your community a better place.
Yeah, but Adam, you're forgetting something. I'm going to take this up with you. I mean, the idea of this whole Robin Hood spread the wealth, all right, I guess you could say we live in a progressive tax world. That I understand. But it's as if to say if you're paying 35% just of your salary, your base income to the government, and leaving aside all the other extra fees that are going to go up, you know, this talk about limitless Social Security taxes, et cetera, that's a lot as it stands. And it's a moving target. I heard one prominent Democrat tell me, you know, Neil, don't forget that, you know, not more than 20 years ago, we had a 70% tax rate. And he said this is the quote I never get, so we have a ways to go.
I raised this issue on the show a few weeks ago, though, that the sky is the limit. It was, 91% before President Kennedy cut taxes. And here's what's going to happen.
At least the Kennedys had the good sense to offshore that.
Right. Well,
it ain't Kennedy.
What's going to happen is, though, the taxes are going to go up on those making more than $250,000, and it's going to work.
And it's not only going to go up to 39.6%.
That's my point. And where does it stop? Right. So it's going to go. The rate's going to go up and up and up. And at some point, it is going to hurt investment. It is going to hurt how we grow as a nation. But we're going to have to wait and see what that level is. And that's
Charles,
the big word.
The genie is out of the bottle. You think that, you know, whether it's the income tax hike, the capital gains tax hike, the raising the Social Security income threshold, that could effectively mean guys like you are paying more than 50% of their income to Uncle Sam. That's the issue, right?
That is the issue. Also, the issue is the vitriolic nature that Gary alluded to. See, here's the way I look at it. We've got a thing in America that's very unique, the ladder of success. Now, the idea right now is we're going to saw this ladder in half just to get at those few people at the tippy top who are making $1.4 million a year. We're going to cut off the ladder of success. At the end of the day, it's going to hurt the people who have nowhere to go.
But Charles,
I
worry though, because we all live in New York City. We all live in high-income areas.
Exceptionalism to one of averageism.
We all live in high-income areas. We all do, and $48,500 is the median household income in this country. And sometimes I think we forget that when we talk about
it, because guess what? We're buying into this one world system. At some point, we're going to be told as Americans, since you make $50,000 a year and the average person in the world makes $2,000. Everyone, we should all contribute to not just our community, but the larger community, because that's the direction we're going in.
Let me just jump on one more thing. I am hearing them float trial balloons about 401ks being taken over by the government. This is what I talk about, the attitude. They believe everything should be government-based, not private-based. And this is the worry going forward.
But, Gary, listen to what you're ascribing to them. Them, I know you mean they are the Democrats, but the government, oh, let me finish. The government is what enabled 401ks to exist in the first place. It's been a very good policy giving people a tax break.
Adam, they're changing it. They're changing it. But look, I mean, you're right to say the genie is out of the bottle because Republicans were the first to take it out of the bottle with a $1 trillion rescue.
Neil.
So the fact of the matter is, it's happened, folks. It's happened, and it's not good. Anyway, that's my view. All right, when we come back, Sarah Palin starting to sound more like Ronnie Reagan. And don't you know, someone here says her free market ideas are exactly what our market and economy need right now. And an idea to save your tax dollars that'll have some highly paid politicians steaming.
This small business report delivered to you by FedEx. For all your shipping needs, relax. It's FedEx. For more information, log on to foxbusiness.com.